And the reason being is there were a lot of people bringing negativity into the comment section, and
Negativity.
they were just ruining the experience for everyone.
So that is so untrue because most people don't go to the comments. People who do usually will just leave a comment or go and look to argue. It's not really ruining anyone's experience. The comment section you cannot control. As a creator, just turn them off if you can't deal with it. I wonder how much reading the comments he does. Maybe it's too much. Maybe he thinks about it too much. But you will never control your audience. If you're trying to curate your audience, you will fail as a creator. You cannot do it.
And this is not anyone's fault but my own.
JayViper is awesome. He's so good looking. He's got the crowd in awe.
All right, let's talk about this dude for a little bit. Sungrand Studios. If anyone hasn't seen like the little bit of a melty melt he's having, he's a little melty down situation. So he tweeted directly, not tweeted, no, it's gone. It's fucking gone. He keeps deleting videos. He had a video that was like directly at like Smash JT, Hypnotic, and Very Dark, and it's gone. So, okay, well, I'll just give the little rundown then. This guy, as he's been known for like doing lots of kind of like dry humor, deadpan takes about the gaming industry, where he's pretty much based, right? Very based. But he's been going through this thing lately where he's been kind of pro Nintendo. It was hard to tell if he's messing around or what. But then he started being kind of like talking down to people in a way that were, as he explains it, he was trying to get rid of the toxic people or the people who brought negativity because he wants to make a positive space. And the thing is that he started blaming, like he would say, it's my fault. It's my fault, he'd say. But then he'd say, because you guys are doing this in the comments, you are arguing. So he was kind of like blaming his audience. He was blaming his audience, but he was trying to say it was his fault. But really he's blaming his audience, which is a bad thing to do. That's like me blaming my audience if they don't show up to a video because they were busy or didn't get like notifications or whatever. He's a Switch game dev. Yeah, so that is the thing. I don't know if he's 100% Switch game dev, but the way he was supporting the Switch was weird. Like he was saying, "Oh, you want people to be forthright with like how much something costs. Well, guess what Nintendo's doing?" And then he's like, "If you don't understand that," he's like, "Wait, what are you doing?" And he like pretended like he was taking a Cocomelon video out of like someone's hands. Like, were you watching this the whole time? But the thing is that he also, that is his humor also, but it can rub you the wrong way because it's hard to read sometimes. Like, is he talking for real? Is he being humorous and it's not landing? It can be rough. So this is his latest video where he's saying he's taking accountability and doing a better job. I really wish he would stop deleting his videos. That is annoying because he deleted another one.
Thank you for being here. I want to apologize for making you all worry. Over the past few weeks, I have made some decisions and I have been working towards improving the channel.
Now, I want to say this. Every time he says the word positive, you have to take a shot. Not me, you. So go get your drinks because it's coming.
And I want to check in with all of you so that we can just reset, we can see eye to eye and level, and I can apologize for making you worry. I knew that my approach was going to make people upset, but I honestly underestimated the amount that people actually cared. I
would say so.
Honestly did not believe that people actually cared that much, and so I apologize that I've made you worried, and I apologize that I upset you.
But so, okay, so the way he's saying it is off to me because what he really did was he talked down to his audience. So he's apologizing for upsetting people or making people worried, right? But he's not really saying, so like, I'm not a big apologist. Don't fucking apologize, right? Just say, oh, this is what I was thinking. Like apologizing, unless you're really fucked up, and maybe he did. Maybe it's worth apologizing because, you know, it's his audience or whatever. But you will never, again, we say this about the left, but everyone's this way. You will never you will never apologize enough for someone to go, okay, on the internet, dude. You won't. You just won't. It's not going to work out. Like, don't explain yourself constantly. I don't think it works. I think it just gives more people things to complain about and more videos to be made and reacted to, etc. But what I think his goal was that he wanted to change the way his content was. He didn't want to talk so much about the industry. And when you saw the earlier videos that are now gone, it really seemed like he wasn't wanting to do that. It seemed like he was almost like forcing himself to do that because he's a Switch dev, like you said. He is compromised. So as he was talking about the industry and things like that, this may have been a problem with Nintendo or like the way the other developers deal with him, and it really probably limited him. We know this happens, right? I mean, this is journalists and how they have access, right? His access is through his games, but also his relationships with publishers and other developers. So if his plan was to change his content, then by God, man, just change your content. Don't do what you did. The fact that he went and he was like purposely trying to get people to unsubscribe, and that's exactly what he said. He was trying to get people to unsubscribe, and that not enough people have unsubscribed yet. That is just wow. He also likes to say that he's not a very good YouTuber. People are like, well, yeah, you are. You have all these followers. What I think he means by that when he says that kind of thing is that he doesn't really know how to deal with the people, right? Like when you have 100-some thousand, like how many is it? How many is it? 125,000 people. That can be overwhelming. And he probably what he means is he does not know how to deal with that many people and the steps to take because it's out of his control. So he did the wrong thing in the way that he approached it. But this video here
intentions
is going to rub us the wrong way.
To try to get the negative part of my audience to be so angry at me that they would unsubscribe.
That's crazy.
And click the button that says don't recommend videos from this channel.
That is crazy to me because the way he did it, he was talking to his entire audience, right? Even though in his mind, only the ones who are toxic are the ones he want to unsubscribe, but it's a huge turnoff. You are a viewer, you are listening to it. It's like well, you don't want to get pandered to, well, you don't want to get talked down to like this either.
And the reason being is there were a lot of people bringing negativity into the comment section.
Negativity.
And they were just ruining the experience for everyone.
So that is so untrue because most people don't go to the comments. People who do usually will just leave a comment or go and look to argue. It's not really ruining anyone's experience. The comment section you cannot control. As a creator, just turn them off. If you can't deal with it, I wonder how much reading the comments he does. Maybe it's too much. Maybe he thinks about it too much. But you will never control your audience. If you're trying to curate your audience, you will fail as a creator. You cannot do it.
And this is not anyone's fault but my own. Over the past year or so, there were a number of objectives that I needed to accomplish in terms of nudging the games industry away from some malpractices and some attitudes. And I employed every possible avenue in the online space in order to achieve that.
And I think the way he did things before was effective. And I think he was very likable in the way he did it because it was such a sarcastic tone. And I think when you do sarcasm well, it can be very effective and people will like it.
We have achieved that goal, but the price that I have to pay is that I have attracted an audience to my channel that tends to focus on hatred, anger, and negativity. And that's simply something that I have to deal with now. And so that is what I am trying to fix.
So he's trying to say that people are anger and negativity, but that's just such a cop-out, really. It's not true. People are upset at the gaming industry. People that are upset is not negative, not necessarily negative, right? it can sound negative, but because they have an issue with something, right? And they're talking about the issues. So again, like, I feel like, you know, there's people who see DEI and everything, right? These are negative people, but when you're talking about any of this stuff, you will always attract these people.
If you look at any of my videos, I did not ask anyone to like or subscribe. I was merely trying to accomplish a goal. But as we went along, more people asked me to make videos for them. When I first started getting
For
a
them?
lot of views on this channel, because look, for forever I only had a handful of people, and this was just a place for us to hang out, and I could share my games that I was working on, and I wanted to make games for people. But when the channel suddenly got a huge boost in numbers, I saw the opportunity to be able to positively influence the games industry's trajectory.
Which is understandable. Like, he's like, all right, I have a platform, and I can use that platform to try to steer things. Understandable, right? That makes sense. But I think what he's saying
is
he
my
cannibalized his
priority.
channel, right?
And we have done that. We've accomplished that. I'm grateful to everyone who has helped me work towards that. But now I will be adjusting my approach. So I will be working more hands-on in a more direct method in the industry itself. And I will make sure that I can help the right people find the right roles and the right positions, and to positively influence the industry.
Positive
to look
drink.
For people who
Drink.
are hardworking, passionate, and care about games. I want to focus on helping people who want to make great games for people. I want to help those people further in their career. I want to help those people get a head start and learn game development.
So he wants to focus more on game development and teaching people, etc., which I think is great. You know, like, if you're going to change your approach and your content, just do it, right? Just say, hey guys, you know, I was focused on this thing, but, you know, I feel like we've made a lot of progress. Thank you for your help. But I'm a developer, and I feel like it's time to move my content towards development and helping people. If that sounds interesting to you, I hope you stick around. It would be amazing to have you go for a ride. Maybe you'll learn something new, and we can learn together, and we'll make games together. Holy shit! Don't you think maybe, boom, that's just off the top of my head. Like, wouldn't that be such a much better way to move forward than try to get people to unsubscribe? People might be negative, but if you're not making something that they like, right? If you're switching your content, they will leave naturally. You don't have to chase them away. He's guilty of social engineering? I don't know. I don't know if it's so much social engineering. I mean, he was doing kind of what we were doing, Dr. Pikachu, where we would just point out the hypocrisies in games, but he would do it in a more sarcastic way. It was very entertaining. I really liked it. Well, he'd be like in a boardroom and just kind of like, he would talk like in a way where he's supporting the thing, but it sounds stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the idea.
And I want to make this channel just a cool, great place for...
Or he'd say, I'm not going to talk about this, and he would talk around the problem while talking about something else. It was really
fun.
fun.
Hang out at. Again, when the channel got a big boost, I used my channel. I basically cannibalized my channel in order to, again, nudge the games industry away from a very, very bad trajectory. And we accomplished that.
So he keeps saying we accomplished that. We are not done. So there is a lot more to do. Maybe like his part of it's done, or maybe he wants to think it's done. It's not done. No way. Right? There's a lot more to do, but maybe he's just tapped out, which is fine. He tapped out, but there's much more to do. Marathon is a disaster. We're getting into that one later. Marathon is going to be Concord 2.0. I released the video yesterday, last night. If you haven't checked it out, go over there, put it on your watch later so you can check it out. It is an excellent video. I had not watched the Marathon stuff, so I blind reacted to it, and it's Concord 2.0. We're also going to look at some of it today, but you'll see my blind reaction if you go check that out.
But as we went along, more and more people said that they just enjoyed the channel for positivity, that it brought them positive.
Take a drink.
positivity during the week. And
Oh, again! Twice! You're up to 3!
that was something that is important to me. And the reason why I became so focused on it over the past few weeks, and the reason why I pushed so hard to try to accomplish this goal, is for a number of reasons. I want to do a better job for you guys. I mentioned a very close friend of mine died a few weeks ago.
So a lot of this video now kind of turns into him looking to emotionally, move the message from logic to emotion, where he's gonna keep mentioning his friend that died, which I don't think is a very good thing to do when you're trying to explain yourself. It may have affected his thinking, and he says it does, but when you use something like that that's emotionally charged, you're not reasoning with anyone anymore, right? You're trying to use emotion. And it might work on women and beta male cucks, but it's not going to work on people that are listening with logic. They're going to be like, dude, what the fuck? We're not talking about that. What? I don't like, your reasoning isn't important. Don't bring it up.
And it made me feel like I have not been doing a good enough job. I understand that I have a responsibility here for all of you who enjoy this channel, which is why I've been pushing hard to make videos for all of you. People say that they want to come here and just have a laugh, to learn something, to enjoy, and I want to make sure that I'm doing the absolute best job that I can. And when my friend died a few weeks ago, it made me reflect and understand I was not doing a good job. Part of my job here is to ensure that the community is in good shape, that it's healthy, that this is a cool, positive place for
positive drink. He just keeps saying positive again and again. And like the stream, ladies and gentlemen,
people to hang out at. And I wanted to do a better job for all of you. I want to make better videos that are more helpful to people that want to learn game development, or for gamers who just want to hear stuff about games behind the scenes. I want to do more.
Okay, so then he just kind of goes into what he wants, but he keeps talking about his friend, and look at this. I couldn't, where is it? Where is it? Here it is.
And I mentioned, I like talking about my friends. We all enjoy talking about our friends, but I know that I could have done a better job bringing positivity to Scotty. I already mentioned this in one of my previous videos, but he was dying from cancer.
See, this is what I'm talking about. What are you doing? This is crazy to me. We're going to move on from this because it just kind of drags. He really just drags it here. But this was disappointing. Again, when you're moving content, it happens. People get sick of something, they change it. You can say something or not. But it's don't chase away your fans. They were there, they supported you. Even if there's negative, toxic ones, blah, blah, blah. Right? Change your content. The ones that want to stick around will stick around. That's it. Don't do this. What are you doing? I don't understand that. I know he says, I'm not a good YouTuber, but come on, man. Did you talk to anyone? Talk to someone then.
He's owning every